Some truths aren't meant to be gentle. They're meant to awaken us, to shake us out of the numbness we've allowed ourselves to fall into. The truth isn't something to be ignored, and I won't be the one to keep quiet just to avoid discomfort. We can't evolve if we don't face what's real. I speak the truth not because it's easy, but because it's essential. If you can't handle it, maybe it's time to face why you're avoiding the truth in the first place. Being honest is sometimes the hardest thing to do, especially when you know the truth will hurt. But I'll never stay silent because it's easier. The truth is a mirror we may not always want to look into, but it's the only way to see ourselves clearly. I'll keep holding that mirror up, no matter how much you resist. I'm not here to protect you from the truth, and I'm certainly not here to shield you from reality. I'm here to challenge you to face it head on. It's easier to turn a blind eye and pretend things aren't as they are, but that only delays the inevitable. I'm here to speak the truth, no matter how it makes you feel. I'll keep speaking the truth, even when it feels like no one wants to hear it. The truth is powerful, and it needs to be heard, even if it means being uncomfortable. When we stop hiding from the truth, we start living authentically. I won't silence myself just to make the journey more comfortable. Some truths are tough pills to swallow, but they're what we need to grow. I won't hold back my words because they might taste bitter to you. It's time to stop tiptoeing around the truth just to avoid conflict. Real change only happens when we are brave enough to face what's real, no matter how hard it is. I'll always speak the truth, even when the world around me would rather keep its eyes closed. The truth is a light in the darkness, and I'm here to shine it brightly. I know the truth isn't always easy to hear, but it's the only thing that brings clarity. I'll keep speaking it, even if it brings discomfort to those around me. The truth is my sword, and I'll wield it without hesitation. I won't allow myself to be silenced just to preserve your comfort. Silence in the face of injustice is not a virtue. Speaking the truth, no matter the cost, is the only way to break the cycle of ignorance and fear. I'd rather face the discomfort of the truth than the emptiness of a life built on lies. Speaking the truth is a choice I've made, and I will not turn back. It's tempting to stay quiet, to avoid confrontation, but true peace only comes when we confront what's real. I won't be silent just to keep the peace. The truth isn't just an idea, it's a force. I won't let anyone convince me to suppress it, not even when it's uncomfortable to hear. The truth might not be easy, but it's necessary. I'll speak it, even when it's not the popular thing to do, because it's the only way to truly heal. There's nothing more liberating than speaking the truth, even when it's hard. I'll keep speaking it, no matter who doesn't want to hear it. The truth doesn't ask for permission, and neither do I. I'll speak it no matter how it makes you feel, because that's the only way to live authentically. Being honest isn't always about being liked. It's about being real. And sometimes being real means saying things that others don't want to hear. I've learned that silence only prolongs the lies. I will speak the truth, even when it's inconvenient, because the truth is worth speaking. Sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, but that's why we need it. I won't silence myself just because it's easiest to live in a world of lies. I'll speak the truth even if it causes discomfort. What's the alternative? Living in a lie? You can't move forward without confronting the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. I'm not holding my tongue just because it's inconvenient. Truth isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about creating change. I'll speak what's real, even when it ruffles feathers and challenges the status quo. I won't stay silent for the sake of comfort. The truth is worth any discomfort it causes, because it's the only path to real growth. Truth is not something that can be suppressed forever. It will rise, and when it does, I'll be standing by, ready to speak it loud and clear. The truth isn't meant to be comfortable. It's meant to be heard, even if it shakes your foundation. I will speak it loudly, even if my words make you uneasy, because silence only nurtures the lies you cling to. Sometimes, speaking the truth feels like exposing a raw wound, but it's the only way to heal. If my honesty offends you, it's not my words that hurt, it's the truth you can't face. The truth is a powerful force, and I won't muzzle it just because it stirs discomfort. It's not my job to protect your fragile perception. It's my duty to speak what's real. I refuse to wear a mask for your convenience, to tell lies to make your world more palatable. The truth might sting, but it will set us free eventually. It's easier to live in denial, to bury the truth under layers of pretense. But I won't hide what's real, even if you can't bear to hear it. The truth doesn't need permission to exist, nor does it need approval to be voiced. I'll speak it boldly, even if it disrupts your peaceful illusion. I've realized that speaking the truth can cost you friendships, comfort, and peace. But what's the price of silence in a world that needs change? The truth might not always be kind, but it's always necessary. I will speak it, even when it challenges the world you've built around yourself. I'm not holding my tongue because your feelings are fragile. I'll speak my truth and let you decide how to respond. Honesty should never be censored. I've learned that silence often enables the very things that hurt us. I refuse to stay silent in the face of injustice, dishonesty, or anything that hides the truth. People may not like what you say, but the truth isn't about popularity. It's about clarity, growth, and transformation, even if the path is uncomfortable. I've chosen authenticity over approval, truth over comfort. If you can't handle that, then maybe it's time to confront why you avoid the truth in the first place. I'd rather be disliked for telling the truth than liked for telling lies. The world doesn't need more sugar-coated versions of reality. It needs raw, unfiltered honesty. Truth isn't always easy to hear, but it's the only thing that leads to real growth. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to show you what's real. It's tempting to stay quiet, to avoid the discomfort that truth brings. But the truth demands to be heard, and I'll make sure it is, even if it shakes your world. I'm not afraid to be misunderstood. The truth doesn't need to be understood to be valid. It stands on its own, regardless of how uncomfortable it makes us feel. The truth is never easy, but it's always necessary. I won't keep quiet just to protect your sense of comfort or your perception of reality. There's power in speaking the truth, even when it seems like the whole world is against it. I'll speak it, regardless of the consequences, because that's what makes a difference. I'm not holding my tongue just to avoid your discomfort. The truth will always find a way to break through the barriers we put in place to keep it out. I'm not afraid to speak what's real, even if it makes you uncomfortable. We can't grow without facing the truth, and I'm here to lead the way, no matter how hard it is. Truth often gets buried under the weight of societal expectations, but I won't let it stay there. My words are the shovel, and I'll dig it out, no matter how messy it gets. If my truth disrupts your world, then maybe it's time for your world to change. Sometimes the hardest truths are the ones we need to hear the most. I won't stay silent just because the truth makes you squirm. It's better to feel uncomfortable than to live in a world of illusions and lies. There's no growth without honesty, and I'm committed to being honest, even if it means shaking up the comfort zones you've created. Truth doesn't owe anyone an apology, and neither do I. If it makes you uncomfortable, then perhaps you should reconsider why you're uncomfortable in the first place. The truth can be hard to accept, but it's always freeing. I'll speak it, even if it means taking the harder path, because that's the only way to create real change. You may not like the truth, but I'll speak it anyway. It's not my job to cater to your preferences. It's my job to speak what's necessary. Honesty isn't an attack. It's an invitation to face what we've been avoiding. I won't hold back just because it's easier for you to live in ignorance. It's not my responsibility to make you comfortable with the truth. It's my responsibility to make sure the truth is heard, regardless of how difficult it may be. Silence is often the refuge of those who fear the truth. I refuse to let fear keep me from speaking what I know to be real, no matter how uncomfortable it might feel. I'll speak the truth even when it's unpopular, because the truth isn't about popularity. It's about what's right, even if it doesn't always feel good.